All right, go ahead.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our Food Assets Working Group. Today's date is July the 14th, 2026, and we will start with our second item on sorry. We will start by introducing ourselves. I'm a co-chair, Regina Polite, and online we have, who do we have online?
I see Eileen and Tracy.
All right, can you identify yourself and
Hello, my name is Eileen Hernandez. I'm the Secretary for Food Access. Happy to be here this early
Thank
morning.
you.
Beautiful day, everyone. I am Tracy Cook Person of Southern Alchemy Wellness and one of your community partners. Happy to be here.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Orenya, one of the co-chairs for the Food Access Work Group, and good morning.
Yeah, and I'm Savannah Bennett with Homegrown Hillsborough. Thank you guys all for being here and for being flexible with the time today.
yes. Okay, now we're going to do a recap of our last healthy neighborhood store event and how many signatures we got and the food demonstration samples. And, if you guys want to go ahead and hop in and talk about your experience, that'll be great.
Any thoughts from our last event? And do we know how many signatures? I think Joanna has the.
Yeah, I have a significant
Or you have
amount
some- okay,
now
sweet.
of signatures that I can present to the owner when we do meet with the owner. And also, I want to send a copy of those signatures to the city council. I'm going to draft a letter and let Naya, District 5 in that area, know what we're doing and how, people are interested in locally grown produce. So I want to make sure she's aware of what we're doing. So I would get that done before the end of this course.
Great. And just make sure we need to like scan in the signature sheets so that
Okay,
we have
yes,
them in our
yes, yes.
files too.
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely, by all means, because Joanne, she has
she has some, yeah.
and then I'm quite sure we're gonna do some on the 24th. So we're still collecting, and I still want to canvass that area one more time, yeah. But right now, we have a significant amount that to really say, hey, these people are really interested in locally grown produce in this area.
Great.
Yes.
Tracy, do you know how many samples we gave out at the last event? Or an estimate of how many like food samples you gave out?
I think we gave out less food samples at this event than we did the after school event. Um, I think I gave out about 10 or 15 for this one. I feel like it's a little bit of a steeper climb to get people interested in food that they don't eat when they're already grown. So,
Yeah.
when you've got the little people, they're a little bit more willing to try. It's a little bit new for them. So I was really kind of like trying to think through what that might mean for future events where it's mostly older people and not so many young people.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And also, we got to remember that we're dealing with the not the regular school session.
Hmm.
So there's not as many people attending right now compared to when school is in regular session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a little weather too, so we weren't
Yeah, and
there
the
the
weather.
full planned
Yeah.
time because of the weather.
Yeah. It was like a perfect storm of events.
Yeah. I think it was successful for the time that we were there. We saw it
Yeah.
was like a pretty good flow of people, and we were talking to them and getting signatures and handing out samples to people who would be willing to try them.
Yeah.
And the volunteers that
Yes.
showed up, that Holly invited, they were just awesome.
They were.
So, congrats again to those volunteers. Relieved me
Yeah.
from the kitty section. So I was able to get some signatures and everything, more signatures. But yeah, I mean, we had a really great turnout with all those volunteers interacting with us and, collaborating.
For sure. Great.
Okay, so that leads us to item, see, we're still on item 2, that will be B subsection, report back. 1, growers, guideline, and producers.
So was anyone able to share the grower guidelines that we did last time with our producers? And I don't know if maybe that's a Joanna question, because we finalized them last time in the meeting, but we actually need to give it to the growers so that they're aware of the guidelines.
Did we do that, or did we share with them that it was on the via email or something, that it was on the platform?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't?
No. I thought maybe Joanna or
Oh, Joanna. So we have to wait to get Joanna input.
yeah, see if she talked to them.
Okay. Yeah, because that the growers guideline, then that would really align with what they're doing and how they're presenting their invoices. Because Nikki did bring some stuff there that wasn't on the initial
Right.
thingy, so we definitely need to tackle that.
Yeah, make sure we know what's approved, what we can bring. Like we have that ceiling for the prices, which we haven't had any issues with the prices.
Right.
But yeah, just all those guidelines for what we're looking for.
Right, so they'll know.
Yep.
It won't be a last minute thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, two. Okay, two, Regina, a visit to Charlie, a market near Sly and Middle. Okay, this changed, the plans changed with this, because I spoke with Joanne and Michelle, and I said we should do it together as a, co-chair and the champion, and not just Regina taking on this initiative. And not only that, I'm saying let's scrap it, because after speaking with, Brian and some of the things that we're going to help him try to do with that store, and they have more stores, so this can be a project going forward for the next, whatever initiative we want to do next. I see a lot of potential in that with our conversation with him and the number of stores that they have in these desert communities, that we can benefit from as well.
Okay. No problem. Pivot on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you think, Michelle?
So with I'm not familiar with Charlie Market, so I'm not really sure what their take would be on starting. You're saying to start.
Maybe, I was just gonna go visit them. I wanted you and I and Joanne to go visit them and, just set up a meeting or just see if they're interested, first of all, in a healthy neighborhood store. If Brian wasn't, we were not able to connect with the owners, but like I said, from our last meeting, it seemed like so much potential is there for our, for ongoing projects with that store, because they have multiple stores that we found out about that can serve, the purpose or the initiative that we're trying to promote.
Yeah, it could snowball into a lot more stores.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, we can definitely reach out to Joanna to see if she recommends that market or maybe a different one that she might have a better connection with. I think that's one of the biggest barriers, is that we don't have that that connection with that specific store owner to be able to have them on board.
Right, and that's kind of why the owners of the discount meat market that we've been at, they own several other stores in the area. So if we already have that connection there, we can get them to implement it in other stores that they already own. So that's like the connection that's already there.
Right.
If we can finally figure out how to get it to happen.
And one of the things, and this is one of the things Brian is saying, they didn't need the monies from us. They didn't need refrigerators. They have new refrigerators. They have new, things that they're upgrading their store, and they're looking much nicer since we've been, coming up there. They're trying to improve their, step up their game. And well, in his thing, they're not interested in our money. They're only interested in us helping them to get access to these insurance companies that give their clients money to purchase food and different items. And he wants to get into that avenue for the stores. And then that way he can have more, people come into the store, because they can accept those funds. So he just need our help to guide him to where he need to get this approved and who he need to see. And I'm quite sure with all of our connections, we can find someone or
Yeah.
something that he can, tie into, I guess. Or,
Yeah, and Joanna was researching it and
Yeah,
going to
Joanna.
talk to the office and stuff.
Exactly.
So that
And
should,
this is separate from the Fresh Access books, or is this
Yeah, it would be separate from, yes, but not saying that it can't be, yeah, fresh air bus can't be also done. Yeah, this is, and all I know that there's people who's on different, what is this health insurance called?
like Medicaid.
Medicaid or whatever, and it could be like well care, it could be like
Sunshine, I think was one.
sunshine, it can be like dedicated, and they give the client so much money, as perks to sign up monthly to purchase foods. And a lot of stores can't accept them because they're not signed up into this network. So Bryant wants to get into this network. And he's saying if we can help him get into that network, then we can definitely meet with the owners and sit down and get the other stores on board as well.
would it be best to maybe ask Joanna to present? Because I'm not familiar with that program at all to know how to bring it up to the store owners about the process.
So that's what she's doing right now. She's researching how to become like a partner with them.
Okay.
So we'll kind of have to wait for her to see what she says. If we hopefully at the next meeting, if not earlier, she'll have more information about that, and we can ask her to talk about it for sure, and tell us about the program and if we can figure out how to get them to be part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, signed up into that,
Yeah,
so they can accept those funds.
yeah, and then people have more food access
Exactly.
in the area.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, number 3, Eileen, research area and look for alternatives for future use.
I feel like this kind of is part of. I know Eileen did
Yeah,
do that,
she did, and I
but now that
thanked her.
yeah, now that we're trying to kind of stick with their group, maybe.
And then some of those
Yeah.
places that Eileen did find, I don't even know if they're
They might be
tied
connected.
in.
Yeah,
to
they might
this
actually
guy.
own that store too.
I
We don't
don't
know. Yeah, yeah, they apparently
They're
own a bunch
such
of
in the
stores. Yeah.
vicinity,
Yeah.
so. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, but yeah,
Yes,
thank you,
thank you,
Eileen, for the
Eileen.
research. That was some good research you did. So,
No
okay,
problem.
okay. Did Eileen say
I
anything?
think she said no problem.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then our next item would be Holly bringing data regarding Alice population in area, ALICE. Holly's not online. Did she respond to your email
She
yet?
did. I got a hold of her. She said she's in a training all day, so she's not able to.
Oh, okay, so she's not
Okay, she
able.
wasn't gonna make it even if the time was at 12 o'clock.
Okay, so then we would have to put that on
Yeah, we'll
our
follow
next month agenda, to follow up, okay. Okay, and 5, get Joanna to bring support letter to PTA if possible in August. I do know that she did do that, so, we just, no, she asked for the letter, yeah.
Yeah, so
we-
she could print it out.
Right,
and
yeah,
stuff,
so she can print it out, yeah. So she's gonna do it, yeah, for the meeting in August.
Awesome.
And then she also took it to the
conference, I
as
think,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, she took it to the conference as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hear how that went.
Exactly. So we're waiting. Okay, so that's gonna have to be tabled for next month for our update from Joanne with that. And then 6, RJ connect with Meg from the pantry to see if attendees can sign support letters. I guess everybody
We're
hear
waiting,
anything
yeah.
from RJ?
We'll have to circle back with him too before our
Okay,
next
all
meeting.
right, well,
I can follow up with him too.
Awesome, that'd be great.
okay, thank you, Michelle. All right, new business, Michelle, you want to get into the new business?
Sure. So for new business, we have the tabling event invitations, specifically for the community back to school event. That's, I believe, from 11 to 2. And this is on a Saturday. Is that right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Okay.
And thank you for considering coming to table and be with me out there. I really appreciate you.
Now, let me ask you a question, Tracy.
Mhm.
If I can't be to the entire event, can I drop off some supplies or something for you or for the cause?
Of course you can. If you want to do it in advance, you can always drop them off to me at my address and I will take them there for you. Or you can come. Um, it's easier if you come early because we have to like inventory and unpack it and do all that stuff. So that's why I'm suggesting that you see me in advance for it. But if you could kind of come early, or I'll let my partner know who's doing the orchestrating of all of the actual tools and supplies, then we can make sure that they're like categorized and, somebody will take care of it.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
And
So
remind me, this
let's,
is on the 25th, is that right?
This is on the 25th. There is also an Amazon link. If you don't see it it is on the platform, but if you don't see it, I can always send it to you separately and you can choose from amongst the items that we've put there and you can have it actually just shipped to my house. And that way you don't even have to deal with any of it.
Okay.
okay, so let me ask a question. Are we participating as a vendor, volunteer, or what are we doing here as a group?
You can participate as a vendor. I talked it over with my partner, and because our focus is always healthy eating, healthy families, I've been talking to her really kind of strongly for the past couple of months to include um, Homegrown Hillsborough so that we can have that link. She is a nurse, she's an RN, and she's worked with Advent Health. She's worked with Tampa General, and she deals a lot with diabetes and metabolic disorders. But we know that a lot of that disease can be mitigated before we ever get there. And so I'm really trying to push that focus of if we look at how the community is eating or how we understand nutrition, maybe we don't have to get there. So it's really kind of a pivot focus for her, but not so much for me. So I do have a microgreens table that I'm doing. So if you want to have your own table in conjunction with mine, so you'd be just next to me and you would have your sign up sheets and, do what you do. If there are vegetables that people have, you can hand them out. Um, that's why I really wanted to be at this meeting, even though I'm supposed to be at another meeting at noon. I'm going to see Savannah again, I think.
Yes.
Um, but I wanted to really kind of, I guess, craft expectations because at this point, I don't know what I can expect from Homegrown Hillsborough. And Chantel, who's Enlightened FL, is not so much on the food end of it.
And I'm guessing the population will be, since it's back to school, it'll be elementary school students and their parents.
We had high school students, we had
Okay.
middle school. We were last year just inundated with people that we didn't even know we would see. We had all types of communities. We had non-English speaking communities. We had communities of different levels of care that we thought and access that we thought. But the reality is that the economy is super tight and people will be there because they need it. So we had about 300 families signed up last year, and we had more come than were signed up. We have 600 signed up this year, and I'm
Oh, wow.
anticipating that we will have more than have signed up. And of course, there's always people who don't come. So we're anticipating at the very least baseline 600 people. I think it
Okay.
would be a good reach or a good opportunity to reach a lot of people. And this is a cause that is near and dear to my heart. You know that this is what I did even before I moved here. I'm super happy to be partnering with you here for this, and I just want to see it grow.
Thank you for the invitation, Tracy. I believe I'm available that day, so I can definitely go for the table, especially Regina if you're not available.
Thank you. I did see that the two of you had signed up
Mhm.
um, to participate and volunteer. So be on my table with me and bring your sign up sheets. Let's
Awesome.
get people signed up.
Okay, so we don't need to bring like a physical table or anything, just like signups, and then maybe if we have like recipes or any other like handouts that we could give out. Is that
I would say bring a physical
okay? Bring a
table.
table. Okay.
Bring a table. I'll be bringing mine.
Okay.
And I would bring recipes. I would bring information cards. I have crafted a healthy pregnancy information card called Eat the Rainbow. So it's geared toward if you are pregnant, how are we feeding the pregnant body? I think any information that we could give out would be great. Like healthy lunches, healthy, and if you want, and if we have the ability, and you tell me if we have the ability to print these things, we could do like what's a healthy lunch, grab and go lunches. I can put that together, or Michelle can put it together. You tell me, Michelle, what you're thinking. Gage will, he's a graphic designer. He will put it together as an info card, and then I could send it back to you, or whoever does our info cards can do it. You tell me
Okay.
what this looks like for you because it's next week.
Okay. Savannah, can you tell me if do you have any resources? If not, I can follow up with Feeding Tampa Bay with RJ.
I think we have like I can definitely get some stuff here. I'm at Extension right now. But I think if we take what we have from our event, because it'll on Thursday, we have our event on Thursday. We I don't think we've ever given out everything that we have.
Right.
So definitely take stuff from there. And if we want to print some extras, because this sounds like it'll be a really high volume event. But I think as long as we just need to make sure that we're tying it back to like the healthy neighborhood store and food access and your goals. So just
Mm.
whatever type of stuff. I think you guys do have some room in your budget if you wanted to print like extra stuff. I think
Yeah.
there's a little bit of room. Um,
Okay.
so it's kind of up to what all you want to bring, and if you want to do extra work and make something else, or if you just kind of want to take the stuff we've already created. We could print out those recipes with the Meet the Growers that we've already done, like the
I
past
think that's a good
couple
idea.
ones.
Yeah.
Do.
Okay.
Just
I
so
think
that
that's a
they
good idea.
know more about the initiative.
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay, so we can plan for that, and I'll just need to know like the amounts that you want printed, and I can send them to print, and then we can give them to one of you two on the the day next week.
And is it possible that
yeah.
we can use some of our extra funds to maybe pay for some school supplies or something, you would think?
How
I'm
can you tie it
asking.
to the working group?
Uh,
You gotta tie it to your working
That
group goals.
yeah. That part I don't know how to tie it together.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just asking.
Yeah.
Question. Is it possible to have my healthy eating cards printed for pregnant body or no?
It's up to you guys. It depends on
That's
can
tied
you
into
tie
our
it
initiative.
to
Yeah,
food
yeah, we can
access?
tie that in. Yeah, healthy.
Yeah, because if they don't have access to the food, they're not going to eat it.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we can do that.
Okay.
And then,
Awesome. I'll send you over the card and you can put healthy you could put Homegrown Hillsborough on it as well.
Mhm.
I'd like to be in partnership in that way with you so that we can put you on. I'll ask if we can put you on the actual flyer and have your picture taken with
That'd be
us.
great.
That'd be great. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
then
thank you.
I did invite Nick to our meeting because I hadn't been seeing him on the platform. So Nick, thank you for joining us. You want to share with us some of your ideas? Can you hear me, Nick?
I
That was
can. Can
better
you guys
than
hear me?
Sorry, Michelle. I know it's your turn.
No
Michelle, go
worries.
ahead. Ladies first. Go ahead, Michelle.
Not at all, Nick. Take it away.
I'm over here today at WellFed's pantry doing a clean out of all of the stuff from the mobile kitchen and not the mobile kitchen, excuse me, from the kinship market. And so we're doing a whole cleanup of that, getting ready to compost everything. I was talking with Regina about what would be a way to allow this access to food to not go bad in handling. She said that not everything that distributed. And I think that there's a twofold opportunity here. If we could get some type of similar, if not, well, lights went out. If we could get access to a refrigeration station or a set of coolers that could chill a lot of the produce that we're bringing from these producers, especially as we get into fall. I think that's going to help tremendously on any waste or leftover stuff, whether it gets into a cooler to get redistributed later on, or we convert it into a shelf-stable recipe, which is another idea I was sharing with Regina. I'm finishing up a presentation for WellFed specifically as an example to this conversation for upcycling at-risk food and being able to obviously make sure it gets composted. But at the same time, what are recipes that can not only show how to work with the food fresh and from a seasonal perspective, but also how to convert it into something that can last for, a couple months, or something that could be frozen, or something that can be canned and shelf stable. So I'm going to share that with everyone in this working group once I get that finished. So I think it'll just kind of give some context to resources that we can have access to that at least limit and mitigate some of the food waste. The other reason I brought that up is because when I went into the store itself at the 22nd Street Market, I bought a can of pears, or a glass can of pears, just to see what they had in there. I didn't want to walk out with nothing, but I realized that they have obviously certain seasonal specifics that can be distributed to them if they had something that was almost the exact same. For example, they had sliced mangoes. We know a lot of producers right now are kicking out mangoes. There's a way to maybe even have that as a value add to the folks at the market itself, and just say, hey, not just fresh vegetables, but here's some other procurements from our producers as well. I think that could just, again, twofold help mitigate some of the food waste, but also provide an offering to the 22nd Street Market to maybe just have them have a little bit more buy-in, just to help kind of sweeten the deal. But again, just my 2 cents, just my opinions on what I observed. I think that at the end of the day, refrigeration is much more cost efficient for everybody, and probably more conducive to keeping everything cool, supplies, tents, tables. I know we obviously have different vendors and folks that come in from there. So I'm keeping that in mind. But those are, again, just some of the thoughts that I had spoken with Gina about that could make this a little bit more helpful for us.
Okay.
Yeah, those are great ideas.
I think that is something we can circle back to when we talk about what we're doing with our grant. Definitely.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
All right. So I think we decided Michelle and Regina are both going to the back to school event, but maybe you can't stay the
Yeah,
whole
I
time.
can't stay the whole time,
Okay.
but I'm gonna drop off some stuff for them earlier. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Virginia.
Thank you. Glad to have you.
Okay, the next event on the list for new business is Sulphur Springs Elementary. This is taking place on July 22nd from 1 to 4. Is this something that Joanna, remind me? I'm not quite familiar with this one.
Meg had sent this to us to ask if we wanted to. Let me look at what the event was. She had invited you guys. Let me see. It's a community back to school event. So this will be a busy week if you guys have time to go to both of these. She said that they'll be hosting a philanthropy group. They'll be providing school supplies and other activities for families in Sulphur Springs. But she said we'd love to have us join them in the cafeteria to interface with community and promote the initiative and general health education. So similar to Tracy's event, I would say you could probably bring similar stuff, but it is on, I think that's a Tuesday.
Okay. And
So
our event is the 23rd.
actually, yeah, so actually this is Wednesday, the 22nd,
Right
and then the
before.
event is the 23rd. So if
Okay.
anyone was available or interested, or if nobody can make it, that's okay too. We just need to let her know. But I just wanted to put it on the,
And we need to check with Joanne since she's,
maybe she could be there.
yeah, she could be there.
Yeah, I think she would be the best fit for as a store
Exactly.
champion.
So she's working with Meg and the rest of those people over there.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to find that out pretty soon because that event is in a week. So,
I'll see if I can give Joanna a call later today.
Okay, that'd be great. Okay, good to know.
All right, the next set of business is excess funds. So creating either a food access mini grant or relinquishing it to the HH leadership. Do you happen to know, Savannah, what that total would be?
So $3,000 is what you guys have left, and you decided to like kind of leave that as a, but we wanted to offer it as, do you want to create like a specific food access mini grant, or are you just ready to be like, okay, you guys take it and take care of it? Like, do you, because y'all need to kind of create, a set of parameters if you want something specific, or if you want to just open it as anything to food access and then kind of figure it out from there. We just wanted to give you that choice if you want to make it a mini grant or just send it back to the greater network.
May I ask, Savannah, if this is the same monies or funds that were expected to be used at the neighborhood store that he
Yes.
declined?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that was the original plan, was to give it to the store, and then they said they don't want our money, so that's fine. But I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to use it as a mini grant instead of we'll put it back to the greater network. But it's up to you. Like, if you don't have the time or don't want to do what else, like the rest of the like what would all of the, gosh, I can't think of the words. And if you don't want to do pretty much like the extra part of, I mean, you already have your mini grant stuff from last like fiscal year. If you wanted to just do a repeat of that or do something different, I know that probably would definitely be different, but like you could use that as kind of a baseline for what you want your mini grant to be. Or if you just want to just say, anyone who wants to do a food access project, send us your proposals and we'll see who we should give it to.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Regina, do you think it would be a good idea to take a vote on it
Yeah,
as a
let's
group?
take a vote on it and see what we want to do and get everyone input.
Hmm.
Tracy, what do you, Tracy's, well, you're not a voting.
Yeah, so your voting members are
Yeah, voting members.
Michelle,
Okay,
Regina, and
Eileen is
Eileen.
online. I need to hear what Eileen has to say about it.
I think with the limited time that we have to utilize these funds,
Mm-hmm.
and I can only do so much because I'm pregnant right now. So it kind of leaves, unfortunately, you guys, and that's not fair to you. I know there's other working members, but I think that it might be maybe best for us to utilize it in a way where it could be used during the next cycle. And maybe we should specify parameters on how to use it and focus on the goals that um, maybe we haven't quite done as well. I think we've been able to manage most of the goals that we had initially when we first sat and we all met. But maybe there's like maybe one or two that need a little bit more push, and maybe we can allocate the funds that way. That's just my take.
The only thing I'll say about what you just said was that it can't go to the next funding cycle. We have to spend it before, like by September, pretty much.
September the 30th.
Yeah, September
There's a
30th.
deadline.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be utilized how before September? Like if we were to specify, like I'm kind of I thought it was going to go to the other cycle. Can you clarify that a little bit?
So it would pretty much either like myself, Monica, and Dahlia can kind of just decide what to do with it, or you guys can open it to as a mini grant, but it'll be a really quick turnaround of
Oh,
a
okay.
mini grant, and basically like you could accept like proposals for kind of whatever you want as long as you can tie it to food access and
Yeah,
like general priorities.
like what we did in the beginning.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's just a lot
that's a
shorter.
good option. I like that.
Okay.
I prefer that. If that's my vote, that's what I'm going
Okay.
with.
Okay. And Savannah, the deadline to spend is September, or the deadline for, let's say, the mini grant would be in September?
So we have to spend the money. So we need to either write a check to someone for $3,000, or we need to, or you can do two $1,500, however you want to, break it down. But it would need to be, we need to have written a check by then, and preferably not September 30th. We have, a lot of paperwork to get into order. So preferably more like September 1st.
September.
But it's kind of, but remember that you guys have pretty much one meeting left after this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it
And
might require some outside
Assistance.
meetings. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I have eye surgery on the 21st. So my eyes are going to be very limited for the next 2 months after
Yeah.
the 21st.
Oh, I see.
And
Oh, no.
I'm not going to be looking to review like we did before,
The
so
application.
I'm saying we need help. And then Eileen, like she said, she's down, with the baby. And so who's going to be left to help you, Michelle?
Would this
Basically.
be, is Holly a member, a core member?
Yes,
Yes.
Holly
So
and
Holly
we
and
can decide with
RJ.
Holly and RJ. Yeah.
If you guys can get together, and I mean, I don't know what I'm going to be able to, my limit capacity,
Mhm.
but I'll be there to do whatever I can do to help. But
Mhm.
Okay.
we can't become, like time is of the essence here when we only have a month. So we gonna have, what we did that first mini grant, that was a lot of work, and it took a lot of
It's
time to
long.
do that.
Yeah. To
So.
accept applications and review them. It did.
Mhm.
Exactly. Deadlines, and they had to, so I don't know if we got
Um,
that kind of time.
oh, sorry to interrupt you. Is there a way that maybe we can make this like an electronic process where it's not so much like handwritten and we just kind of simplify it as best possible? So we're working with limited time and a lot of times electronic ways. I know with your eyes, Regina, it's not going to be very easy, but maybe there's a way that we can simplify this even with the application so it's not, just, maybe 2 or 3 questions, what's your goal, your
Mhm.
purpose, and then we decide based off of, the goals that we have, that we're lacking in.
Yeah, I think you could keep the process pretty virtual if you needed to, but you definitely would need a rubric, which we have one from the last mini grants you could use, and I think that would be kind of the key is that you need at least an application and a rubric, and then you need to score them, um, and those are kind of like the main criteria for what you will need for a mini grant is either you need parameters, you need an application, and you need a rubric, and then you need to actually score them. Also, I see Nick, you have your hand up if you
Yes.
want to chime in.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw out an idea. If we're trying to showcase something as kind of a food access, but also an educational element of it, I was considering what if we were to do, I'm going to throw it out there as an idea, something like a gardener that actually is like cooking this food with them, showcasing a seasonal set of ingredients, maybe even tying in some ingredients from the store. And we show how that collaboration is not only an economic driver, but creates additional access to food and education on how to prepare said recipes. But we make it maybe even, I know this is going to sound kind of crazy, but not like a super suit and tie, sit down formal thing. But what if it was like uh, an evening garden workshop where it's in the towards the later half of the day, maybe it's a little bit cooler outside and we'd be able to have like yeah, something where someone could have like a really nice little dinner or a really nice set of like tapas or appetizers specifically based off of what we have growing out in the gardens, but also maybe the other food resources that we have access to, whether it's the 22nd Street Market. People like feeding Tampa Bay. I'm just thinking of options there. But if there's a way that we need to spend those dollars, I'd be happy to showcase if it's something we're allowed to do. I don't know that. So hopefully somebody can let me know this part of it. But I'm happy to put together where we could do like a guard dinner education experience. And it's something that we could, open up the folks for the network itself and see who else wants to participate. It can be a educational showcase of how there's different levels of production necessary to help out doing a curated event like this. We could educate that part of it. It could be hey, it takes a team and here's what we do and here's the set of things that we showcase. Maybe it's even food safety related, perhaps. We could have a couple of different educational options available, but that just gives me, and it just gives that idea. Something like a seated, we make it really cute, really pretty. I'm going to obviously promote myself with artistry to showcase that because I think I can deliver the aesthetic, and maybe we'll play some music or we'll have some art around or anything that kind of activates it and just like oh my god, what are they doing over there kind of thing, but also open it up to the rest of that area for access. Again, just a consideration if someone's giving us a set of checks or opportunities to do that, that could be a way to distribute that money amongst the partners ourselves included as available.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm curious to see what the main population would be. Would it be Sulphur Springs community? Would it be open to the other work groups? I'm just curious to see who would be the main population that we're aiming for.
I
If
have
we're
to jump
aiming to
off.
service it
Sorry.
at 22nd, would imagine we just open it up to that immediate region or area. However, I think the other working groups could participate in the production of it. For example, we could distribute that set of dollars amongst the partnerships. Say, cool, they're going to handle the table setup. They're going to handle the art curation. They're going to handle the food education class section or whatever rubric they want to teach out. Just again, a thought.
I love the idea. I have to jump off. Um, so if there is further discussion, please let me know. Nick, I'd love to help. So definitely reach out if we all think that this is something that you want to do. And just to let you know, I ferment and I can and preserve. So if we're thinking about like also how to upscale and prevent waste of things in the garden, I'm already doing a national workshop on that. So definitely tap me, I'm in.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank
That
you,
Tracy,
sounds
for
Tracy.
great.
Thank
joining
I
us.
think
you. We'll see you
that'd be
soon.
super.
Thank you. See you soon, Savannah, and see you all soon.
Okay.
Have a great one. My family reunion is next week, guys. I won't be at the Healthy Store event. Sorry,
No
I'll miss
worries.
this
We'll miss
one.
Thank
you.
you for your time, Tracy.
Yes.
You too. Thank you all. Bye.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think that'd be really to just comment on that briefly. I think that'd be super. My doctor client, Dr. Mona Shaw, and I did a similar experience where we invited different health professionals to come to Armature Works, and we did sort of like a display of how we were cooking the meal. We were obviously in a commissary kitchen, so something at the 22nd Street. This could be an initiative to utilize. And Savannah, I am thinking out loud here, so please
Hmm.
don't take it as a presumption. But this could be an opportunity where we maybe even use the mobile kitchen trailer from WellFed to have it as an on-site cooking area. And then maybe we set up cameras that have like a television outside that says, oh, cool, this is what we're doing. Here's an aerial view of what we're working on in the kitchen, and here's how to work with it. And then maybe you can invite some people onto the trailer. However, most of it will be available for there to be visible from the outside and make a nice table dinner showcase. I loved her thought about doing the pickling thing. So we could do that as we're creating the meal and serving it to people, we could be giving them the education behind the actual recipe. So they would be able to have some hands-on or just get the recipe from us or take some video of us doing it. Those are just ways I'm thinking. It'll also probably be great marketing, I would imagine, us being able to, kind of cook a dinner for the community, community gardener. I don't know what other verbiage would make sense, but I think if we could tie in education portions of it, it would be really wonderful.
Yeah,
Okay.
what's popping up to me, I don't know about you, Regina, but I'm thinking of so Cassandra was one of the first ones that did the cooking demos at our first kickoff event, and she said that she has a garden close to that area in Sulphur Springs. So I don't know if we can potentially speak with her to see if that's a possible location, if that's something that you're up for.
But you know what I was thinking too, since you said that, is that that'll be something nice, right where we set up tents, is to set up tables, the way you normally do your little
Okay.
table, garden to table events in Tampa Heights, the way they do their garden to table events. Just set up little tables right there in those vicinities in that vicinity where we set up the tents, and then set tables out there. And then we prepare the food and give it to them, and then we discuss, and have a slide presentation of what is healthy food and blah blah blah, what is Homegrown Hillsborough, and do it that way. And Joanne, she can like get people to sign up, from the PTA and her group, and and then we can divvy out the monies to our maybe.
Okay, so like I just want to step in really quick and say that like it is on here,
Stop me.
it will have to be a grant. So we can't just decide to do an event
No, we can't.
and decide to spend $3,000
Okay.
on an event. It has to be
Do
either
a grant.
a grant, or so you need to if you can we can have Nick submit an application for this, but it needs
Okay.
to be built out because you guys are creating a lot of work for yourselves. that I don't think, truthfully, you have time to do within your meeting times. I believe you could do it outside of the meeting times, but I just want to be clear, it has to be a grant. We can't just decide, if you want to open up a grant and Nick applies and he gets the highest score, great. But
Okay.
it does still have to be a grant. We can't decide right now to just do a 3,000.
A workshop.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, a
or however
workshop.
you wanna
Okay,
call it. Yeah,
okay,
so
gotcha.
it will
Thank
need
you.
to be
Thank you for stopping
a
us.
grant. Yeah, I know we're getting excited and
I
it
know,
sounds
right? I'm
great,
getting
but I want to be clear, it does need to be a grant, so there needs to be an application, and that if that's what you guys want to
if the
do,
application can have the producers to collaborate with one another,
Yeah.
you know,
and
and
that
we
would
can
be up
have,
to the applicant
yeah.
to organize. And
Yes,
if you want to
Yeah.
organize as well, you're welcome to help the
What you
organizer,
thinking,
but
Michelle? And Eileen?
No, I agree. And Eileen is saying let's vote on it. So I do agree we
Yeah,
should
let's vote on
bring
it.
it up to Holly, bring it up to RJ first before we completely decide.
We can have a group,
I'll throw out one last idea to add into that. If there's an opportunity where maybe it could be not only a grant written template specific operation, it could be a unique fundraising opportunity where if we automatically give the meal out to the community and we're doing kind of a seated dinner, my idea immediately is what would be a great way to get maybe a philanthropic partner or a set of folks who would be able to maybe buy quote unquote some tickets or donate some tickets to this gardener experience that's written out in whatever grant fashion that makes sense. And that could even bring in additional dollars, not just to this initiative, but to the producers and to whoever's making it work. So not only could it help us get the cut, like in my world, we write the grant for covering the costs of the production. And perhaps there's an opportunity where within that grant operation, it could be an opportunity to sell tickets for folks who can afford it and maybe even want to sponsor said tickets to this event, depending on how many folks we want to serve. But yeah, I absolutely agree. Putting it into a grant format is going to be much more conducive. And so whatever way we can do that within or outside of the meeting, I'm happy to participate, whatever makes sense.
Okay.
thank you, Nick.
Well, do you think, Regina, we should put it, well, this won't be on the platform, but I'm guessing a private email
Right,
to Holly
exactly.
and RJ to decide?
Right.
Okay.
Right, we just.
and we're voting on whether it's going to be a grant or if you're just going to relinquish the funds. That's the vote.
The main vote.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Vote
the
now,
vote.
with the three of us, we can do that now.
And that's fine. Up to you guys. But
Okay.
and like it is
Eileen already
like half of
suggested
it.
that she wanted to,
Do a mini grant. I agree. We can do the mini grant.
yeah, I agree.
Okay, so
We won't be sending the money to Homegrown, I mean, yeah, we won't be sending the money back to you guys.
okay, so when are you going to do the stuff to make a grant happen?
Okay.
Like when are you going to
so-
plan when are you going to do, who's going to do the application, who's going to do the parameters, when is the deadline, when are you going to review it? We have August meeting, and then September we're going to do a joint meeting, and our August
Okay.
meeting is also Homegrown Hillsborough needs probably at least half of your time because we're going to be doing feedback so that we can prepare for our next iteration of
Cycle.
working groups. So
Okay.
the next working group meeting, you have an hour, and then the September meeting is going to be a joint meeting. If you want to do another meeting, you can. September meetings are optional, but that's pretty much it. And then, yeah, so I just want to make sure that you actually do have time to do this. I know it's hard to let money go, and you don't have to, but you guys have done an amazing job with your working group. Like I would say you've essentially reached your goals. So don't feel like you have to.
Yeah, commit
It's
ourselves.
okay. Yeah, I'm trying not to sway. I'm just trying to be
Yeah.
realistic about the
Right.
amount of time that
About
you
the
have,
time, yeah.
and
Yeah,
I
wanting
agree.
to do it something to the best extent you can.
Would it be okay, Savannah, if I loop in Joanna to help? Because I think this could also be, well, I don't know, is it part of her role as a store champion or is that something separate?
I mean, to do like the mini grant, or to help with it, or which
To assist with it, yeah.
with the
Not necessarily to
event?
prepare the mini grant, but maybe to give us the feedback so that it can be prepared in time before the next meeting. And the next meeting it would be on the 11th, August 11th.
Like I don't know when the next meeting. I think you're probably right. Yeah, August 11th. I don't know if that is in. I don't think it's part of the original description
Okay.
of her job description, because she's supposed to be doing the healthy neighborhood store stuff, not just a working group employee. But I think that's like a kind of a maybe, and I don't know if she wanted
Gray
to
area,
do
yeah.
it, but she still is, her pay isn't changing, and like she still needs to do her duties as far as the being the healthy neighborhood store champion, because that is her title. So it's kind of a, if she has enough time to do that and if she wants to do that, um I think it's okay, but it is not part of her like job duties that we originally set out for her.
Okay.
And
So
if
it wouldn't be
we,
part of her hours
right,
when
exactly, and
she
if
gets her
we, yeah,
timesheet.
and if we can't do it between us, the working group, and Holly and you and myself and RJ and Eileen, then we can always scrap it, before we put anything out there in the atmosphere, like application there, we can scrap it, like, we know that, oh, there's Joanne there.
Yeah.
Can
Hello.
I ask, Regina, can I ask if do we have a Healthy Neighborhood meeting or event in August? Because that could be like the finale, like hurrah.
So we do have them as TBA for August and September. So we don't have dates
We don't have
picked.
dates, that's on your agenda,
Yeah.
that
So
we
it's,
haven't discussed.
yeah.
Okay. So let's see. We have, sorry that I got off the
It's
agenda.
okay. Yeah. I was like, we
I
got a
think,
little, but it's
oh,
still
here we
part
go.
of, this mini grant. We're still,
Okay.
yeah, but that is part of this, is choose August and September dates. So,
Okay. Hi, Joanna.
hey,
So,
We're so glad to see you.
yeah.
I'm
So I left.
sorry. I thought it was at noon. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We did push it a little bit earlier. So on D, planning for the next Healthy Neighborhood Store event, currently the one in July is next Thursday, but for August and September, we don't have dates yet.
No.
So what we were talking about, Jana, was potentially using the excess funds for a mini grant and be able to use them before September 1st. And so to be able to do that, Nick has suggested like an event like either a guard dinner, like a garden dinner event where we showcase different types of local produce in the neighborhood in Silver Springs and be able to do it and have it open to the community. However, we have a short deadline, so Savannah was saying it might be tough to create the actual application to be able to have the funds dispersed by September 1st.
Okay.
What are your thoughts, Joanna?
Well, I do think that's a great idea, and I'm pretty sure we could have we have two recreation centers in our area, and one of them has a nice outside picnic area.
Mm.
And it would be pretty easy to secure a place. Um, I mean, so I think that's a great idea. I do understand the timeline though. Um, but also, I mean, I think it's a great idea.
Can I interject real quick?
yeah.
What is the alternative if we don't use it? Can you kind of mention? I think it's possible. I think, I'm only working 1 day a week, and I'd like to at least, even though I haven't gone to a lot of the events, I can try and provide some of the information that's needed and try and simplify this. So I guess I'm trying to just figure out, and because I know, Savannah, you brought it up, what is it that you see as hurdles with this process, and what's the alternative?
So the alternative is just that you don't use the money. We kind of put it back into our general fund, and the way our funding is kind of separated is, I believe that your stuff is considered community development, so it would go into some type of community development. We don't know yet because we don't know if we have the money. So it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of like we couldn't tell you exactly what we're gonna do with it yet, because we don't know. But it's already like earmarked for community development, so it would go to something. Maybe we'd do a mini grant for $3,000, and then just make it not food access specific. I don't know, but we will spend it. But to your other question was more like the stuff that you would need to get done right before to make it happen. Is that?
No, like what are you seeing as the hurdles? Is it the
Oh,
time
okay.
constraint only? What other things that
Okay, the hurdle.
you're seeing? Because if we can just come up with an application, like, is that something that you would have to create on your end? What are you seeing as the hurdles with this?
I just think the hurdles are time, because you need to, yeah, so pretty much you would need to create, if people are willing to work outside of the working group meetings, which it sounds like you are, we need like an application, we need, a description of the grant, like what you need to know the parameters, what you're looking for. We would need an application. It needs to be published. It needs to be, you need to have an end date, and then you need to review it. I do think that the whole working group should review it, and not just like
co-chairs
one or
this
two
year,
people,
yeah.
or just the co-chairs. I think the working group would need to review it and also vote on who will be the recipient. So I think everyone would need to go through and score your applications. And I know we have an idea here, but there could be other applications, and you might somebody else might get scored higher or whatever else. I don't know. I just think the main hurdle is time, considering how few like working group meetings we have left.
Okay, and how many applications did we get last time on average?
I think like 15, maybe
Okay.
less. Do you remember? Was it 10 or 15? I
I
want
think
to
it was
say.
more than,
You think it was
I think
more?
it was more.
I think this working group maybe had.
Okay.
I think you guys had the most too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me just make a proposal. You guys can think about it. But if you were to, Savannah, if you were able to kind of tell me what you need, and then I can kind of create it and send it over to the working group, um, just kind of as like a draft, and then whatever needs to be fixed, we can try and do this hopefully this week if possible. I can try and figure something out. Is that something that maybe again we can just try to do electronically, have like a deadline? And this is very short
Yeah.
last minute, so have like a 2 week, 2 to 3 week deadline, and then make the decisions based
Yeah.
off the electronic forms.
I think that's okay, as long as we can get like votes either by email. Definitely, actually, yeah, by email. We need it in writing if you're not voting on a recorded meeting.
Before Regina's surgery.
Yeah, if you can get it before surgery next week, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I can see.
But yeah, we can do that if you want to try to make that happen. I'll send you kind of the list of everything that's going to be need to be made, and then it needs to be decided. I don't know. I'm trying to think like when the deadline. I know that we really would like to spend the money before September 1st, even though we have until the 30th, because of like paperwork and making sure we have receipts and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just a really tight turnaround. But if you want to take that on, I'll send you kind of the list of what we would need, and you're welcome to pull stuff from our last mini grant cycle, and see if you can kind of just edit it a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that we have everything from
Yeah.
our last mini grant, that we can just tailor,
Yeah.
everything to that, and just, edit, and then boom, knock
Yeah.
it out, and Arlene can do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can even post it just on the food access working group to keep it very limited and focused. So we're not just like getting all these applications from individuals on the main group, and it's just food access related.
That's fine. That's a good idea.
That'll work.
Okay. Well, we can't vote anymore because we're down to 2 voting members, and that is not a quorum.
Right.
So we'll just have to get moving, I guess, and see if I can get it done, and go from
Well,
there.
I need the email from you
Yes,
first,
yes,
Savannah.
yes. I'll email you. Yes, don't worry. Yes, I will send you the email.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so Michelle had to
Yeah, she had to hop
leave.
on.
Okay, but okay, Joanne,
Yes.
we're gonna go back to you on the deliverables. Where are you? Get get Joanne to bring support letter to PTA if possible in August. Okay, so
And I
did
also
you
wanted to
get
ask
the
her this.
support letter, and did you get any more signatures when you did your conference? You want to give us an update on that?
Yeah. And are you bringing it to the August PTA meeting?
Yes.
Yes, I am going to bring everything to the August PTA meeting. I was not able to get signatures, but I was able to figure out there are about 11 schools within those zip codes that you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
And I connected with a professor at the University of Florida, had a table at the PTA convention, and she gave Hillsborough, Homegrown Hillsborough, many praises. She said you guys are doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
So
That's great.
congratulations, and that was just nice
Wow.
to hear. Um, but I was able to drum up some interest about the initiative, and PTAs are interested. And I told them that I would just be connecting to them one-on-one with the presidents to see what could be done.
Great.
And they're excited. They also, again, they're fighting food insecurity, and they
Mhm.
have food pantries at their schools.
Mhm.
So they are definitely interested. And I'm actually getting all their emails together now, like, this week, so I can send over digital information to them.
Great.
Cool. And Savannah also want us to scan those signatures so we can, put them on the platform as well.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we scan
Yeah.
any papers
Okay.
that have signatures so that we can keep track of them and make sure that we can get an accurate count at the end.
Okay. And
Yeah,
also at the end of the month, there's a event in Sulphur Springs. It's a cleanup event, and I was actually going to try to get signatures that day as well.
awesome.
Okay.
Maybe if I have to jump off, I sent over some sample documents of what I have in mind for the gardener. It also showcases some of the educational requirements. I'm happy to meet on an off call whenever you guys want to. If you guys want to come by the garden or do it remotely, I'm happy to sit down and bust that all out with you guys this week if we need to, just for submission purposes. Savannah, as always, thank you for keeping us guided and in line here and on the tracks. Joanna, I really appreciate it. I'll touch base with you guys after I talk to my producers about what will be available for the next couple of weeks here, and we'll stay in touch. Reach out after you guys review the documents, and I'll be in touch.
Thanks,
Okay,
Nick.
thank you, Nick.
Bye, y'all.
Have a good one. Joanne, there was also mention in the new business about the back to school event on the
22nd.
Is it 22nd? Could
Mhm.
you share some of that? Will you be attending that?
Or would you
Um,
be able to table
yeah,
for
yeah.
the Healthy Neighborhood Store? So Meg invited us to table, but it doesn't sound like anyone is available to be there. But
On
are
the
you
22nd.
available on the 22nd?
I was actually, let me look at my calendar right now.
Okay.
Just so we can give Meg a yes or a no. And you would just kind of be talking about the program, getting signatures, and
Signatures,
yeah, and
yeah.
if we have like some recipe cards and stuff, you could take those as well. But you won't. It's not the whole shebang like normal. Just more of a informational. And you can tell people because it's the day before the next event. You can tell people come out tomorrow. We'll have produce and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's like do you remember the time it
It's
is?
1
It's
to
from 1 to
4.
4.
1 to 4. Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Awesome.
Okay, so you're gonna do that. Great. Check with
Okay, we'll tell Meg. Thank you for that.
No problem.
confirm. Okay.
So, will we will s- we're having an event the 23rd, aren't we?
Right.
Still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So you could
And
promote that event at the
Right.
PT or at the back to school event too.
and then so they I could probably get a table from the school, but what about the um table runner and everything?
I could probably get a tablecloth to you
Okay.
before then, as long as didn't just bring it back the next day to the event.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then those flyers are still printed. I don't know if you've got a chance to pick them up from ProCopy, but those are there. And if we need to send anything else to print there, we can do that too.
Okay. So yeah, just anything you think is, user friendly for just the everyday
Right.
person.
Okay. And we were
Yeah.
talking before you got on too about there's another event on that Saturday that Regina and Michelle are going to go to, and so they were going to have like some recipe cards, and with the ones that we had at the last a couple events. So to have the growers on the back so we can kind of help explain, but just like to give out some more recipes so that people kind of have a something to take home.
Yeah, this would be Tracy, person, back to school event.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you could bring similar stuff. So yeah, so the same, we can print the same stuff for both events,
Okay.
and just go from there. Great.
All
Okay.
right. And then I just had a question regarding the event for the mini grant. Would we be purchasing other produce from different people as
So
well?
if there's a mini grant and that is the event that gets the highest score and that happens, we are expecting the grantor should handle everything. You guys shouldn't have to plan the
Do
event.
anything.
You guys shouldn't be doing all that because if you're giving someone $3,000 to host an event, they need to do it. If you want to
Okay.
help, that's up to you, but it is not up to the working group to plan another event because if you don't understand. So ideally, yes, he would use local produce, but he would be coordinating that. You wouldn't have to do that because unless you get recruited and he says yes, but that is not part of your working group duties. As a grant, it is totally up to the grantor how they need to be doing it because we're paying them money to do whatever it is they proposed, right?
Yeah, so as our community champion now, this has nothing to do with your duties.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Okay.
And you wouldn't, right,
Yeah, that's not extra work for you.
right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't feel obligated.
Yeah,
and like
this
I
is
said,
the
it's
working group.
yeah, it is a
And the
grant.
grantor.
Yes, it is a grant. So
Yes.
there needs to be a grant submission, and it has to be the highest scoring one. So that's just like an idea that Nick was kind of pitching.
Okay.
And like,
Gotcha.
yeah, he was kind of saying like, if you want to meet with him, I would say you don't need to do any of that. He needs to apply for the grant.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So like, he needs to apply for the grant, not just talk about it with you guys. If you want to spend your time talking to him about it and musing, that's great. Go ahead. But in the end, what we need is an application and we need a score.
I
So
understand.
just, yeah, I know
Thank you.
we can spend time talking about it all we want, but we need to have, there needs to be an application there that details
Okay.
all of this information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we? Are we able to, since we don't have a quorum,
Yeah.
are we able to choose
Your dates.
the dates for
I mean-
our August and September with no quorum?
I think you can suggest some dates and maybe just double check with everyone that it's okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
Joanne, could you look on your calendar and see some dates that you think that could be a possible good date for the August event and the September?
and we could use the same cadence that we have been using and do the, fourth
The fourth on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can do like August 27th
Okay.
and then September 21st, but
August the
those are just suggestions if you want to keep the same cadence. But we can kind of, if there's better dates you think, we can do that too.
so the August would be the 20th, right?
I think it's actually the week,
The
the
27th.
27th, yeah.
The 27th. Oh, we said the 4th. The 4th.
Yeah, 4th.
Okay.
But August 20th or 27th is good with me. And also school, you
Starts on
know,
the 10th.
yeah, school starts on the 10th and school lets out about 2:30.
So we'll go back to our original
earlier time.
time dates. What was our original
2
before?
to 4, I think.
Was it 2 to 4?
Yeah, it was 2
Oh, we
to
said we weren't
4.
gonna do 4.
Well,
2,
so we
3,
went from
4.
we went from 3 hours to 2
2
hours.
hours. Okay,
Yeah.
2 hours. Okay, all right. And then we need to be there by 1 to set up. Okay, gotcha. Okay, and then in September, now these
the
are tentative
27th.
dates, right? We're gonna say tentative dates.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, the 24th, right? September the 24th?
That looks right to me. Yep.
Okay, the 24th.
Yeah, that looks good.
And then that would also be from
Same
2 to
time.
4.
Yes, and just so you know, the 17th or the 24th works for me as well.
Okay. I think we need to keep it consistent with
Yeah.
The 4th.
the 4th
Okay.
week, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
But
just
then the other members
need a
to,
thumbs up from them and make sure that works.
yeah.
And I'm available for both of those as well.
Okay, so look like we got tentative dates for our August and September.
I think we found plenty of places and events to table for more signatures.
I think so
I mean, if
too.
you guys want to hit more, you
No,
can.
I don't
but
think so.
As
I
they
think
come
we-
up, I think this was pretty good.
I think.
Yeah, and I actually keep it in my car now.
Oh, nice.
So do I.
Thank you. Yeah, great
guys-
idea.
I
You
do
never
the same
know.
thing.
You never know when you might find somebody who might sign it.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Okay.
And what is so my feedback from the growers is that Thursday is going or the I'm sorry, one moment. All right, I'm on a call.
Okay, is that okay? Next Monday or Tuesday at 10 a.m.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Monday is fine.
Do Monday. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you
All right.
soon.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
They said they weren't gonna have food. They weren't gonna have a lot of food.
For,
That's it. But for what?
For next week?
Yeah.
Okay. What
So
What are we talking? Like not very like
they were not going to be able to harvest a lot of food at all.
okay.
That was my feedback from the growers
In
for July.
because July is such a not
It's hot,
a
yeah.
good grower, but there are some things that you can. I mean, we still have to look at who's going to do the demonstration, right?
Yeah, we'll
And
still
then
have
what
some-
they're going
All
to,
of that, yes.
and then whatever they need to get with you, so they can have those supplies, right? So their stuff will be limited as well. You would
I think the demo can kind of be if the producers don't have much, we can kind of just go with whatever they have, we will give away. But maybe we don't give out a whole bag. Everyone can have
Right.
like one of this or one of that, or we can really just kind of promote the program and tell people like it is July, so it's really hot, and like this you can't grow a lot, and we could kind of just focus more on like the planting, or we could try to do more of the microgreens, and maybe just
and
like,
definitely the microgreens.
yeah, you can focus just on other stuff, but that's good to know if we're not expecting a lot of produce.
And and one of the things that we're not gonna have to produce, we don't need to have the coolers.
Yeah, maybe we only need one cooler.
Right. Um, Georgia had mentioned microgreen kits
Okay.
Yeah,
give to people.
Does she have those, or are
She
you suggesting us buy them? Because we can, but I just want to know.
or
Well,
she's
she-
gonna
she
use those
said-
on her invoice to bill us.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said buy them,
Uh-huh.
but maybe she can buy them.
Right, and then we
Okay.
reimburse her.
Yeah, or tell,
Okay.
yeah, or just
All
tell
right.
us what it is if we can order it somewhere. That's a great idea as like a
That was
substitute.
another,
Yeah.
since you mentioned that about Georgia, did you, we just wanna know, did you update the the producers on the guidelines?
That we proposed.
The ones that where were we with that? Did you share the growers' guidelines with the producers?
I didn't.
You did not, okay.
No.
Okay, so we need to communicate that with our growers so that they're aware of the expectations. Although at this
Okay.
point we're almost we
'Cause
only
we
have
did, yeah,
3
we
events
got
left, but
one,
that's
yeah.
okay.
Because we did finalize them last month, so
Yeah.
yeah, if you can get
Okay.
those to the growers.
And if they have
Yeah.
feedback or anything, great. But we can't hold them to standards that they're not aware of.
Right,
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then as far as the microgreens, I should just have so Georgia, but if she doesn't order them, you order them.
Yeah, so
But-
if she wants to make them or whatever and then sell them to us, great. If not, just let me know and we can find something like online
Okay.
and order
and
microgreens.
I do have lots of
Makes sense.
microgreen seeds that I can put in a pack, but you know
Okay.
what, that's
Let's
my
see.
stash. I mean, I have a big bag of over 1,000.
Oh my gosh, okay, yes, you have plenty. I'm
Yeah, I
trying
do
to
have
look if
plenty.
there's Yeah, because microgreen kits might be a little on these
Yeah,
are
the
all like
kit,
crazy.
those are the kits, but you can just buy the
Yeah.
seeds and put them in the little packet, and
Okay.
then if because the kits are a little bit more
Yeah, I
expensive
see
than
that
just
here.
getting this. Yeah, you
Yeah,
so
because this is kind of a lot of stuff. So even more so, maybe we just buy like trays and have
Yeah.
seeds and I don't know.
individual trays. You can do the individual trays if
Yeah,
you
like
want to, but I have tons. I mean, I
yeah,
have
I mean,
just
look at
I have a big bag of.
yeah. We could do stuff like this. Like these are self-watering
Okay,
trays. We
yeah.
could get, uh, maybe a 20 or 50 pack of these, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have seeds already. We could give people seeds and let them start it. That could
Okay.
be an easy way because that won't. Or usually we spend between $100 and $150 on produce. So if we're not getting that produce, we could buy these instead, um,
Okay.
and
Yeah, okay,
then
that sounds like a winner.
give those out as a here, grow your own microgreens. Here's the little kit, and just make sure that people are do a confirmation like you're really gonna do it, right? Like you're really gonna grow it? Like yes, okay. Just
Okay,
because
so
they're
that would be our something else in place of.
yeah, if
Yeah,
Georgia is not,
right.
if that's not something that she is able or wants to do, we can buy something like that for sure. I
Okay.
think that would be an okay substitution for not having as much produce just because of the time of the year.
So as we do move forward, like I am part of that cohort,
Mm-hmm.
and I would one of the sessions we're going to be, well, we're working on branding and we're going to work on a website. I would love to try to create a social media homegrown Hillsborough website. Would that be possible?
So we already have a
Have that,
Homegrown
yeah.
Hillsborough website, and as far as social media, we're actually Homegrown Hillsborough is like not allowed to have social media
Okay.
because the county wants to run it.
Okay.
So we
Gotcha.
technically have a Facebook page. We need to deactivate it. We just
Okay.
haven't yet because Dahlia has the permissions. But as for like Homegrown Hillsborough, no. Just because the county wants to run it, and we do already have a website, and they want to take our website too. So
Mm,
that's something that we already have. I would say, yeah, work on focusing on growing like your personal
brand.
stuff with that for sure.
Okay.
But we appreciate you, and anything you learn in there could, of course, be applied to like healthy neighborhood store stuff, or
Yeah.
like what you learn about promoting or marketing, for sure. But yeah, Homegrown Hillsborough stuff is already taken care of slash not allowed.
Okay.
So
Because
yeah.
how you said we want to engage with the community, like you're really going to grow, you're really going to take this and use it.
Mhm.
Like I would love to give updates, like people send pictures of what their little garden is doing.
Yeah.
But you
Um,
can always post them on the food access,
Oh, you could
can't
post them
you?
on the
Yeah, you
platform
can
if you
post
want
them
to.
on the
That'd be good.
platform.
Yeah, on our
Yeah,
partner platform could be a spot to do that.
right. You can just go there and
Yeah,
post.
so anybody could post on the platform?
they have to be like part of the platform, but we pretty as long they just have to be part of our network, which they have to be doing work in food systems, and that's
Okay.
it. So like if they're just someone who attended the thing and that's it, then I would say
Mhm.
no. But like if it's someone who wants to start a garden or is part of a community garden or wants to start one, then they can join the platform. And we
Okay.
pretty much accept everyone. So,
Okay.
but if they're going just to see pictures of the microgreens or whatever, then I would say probably not.
Right.
But that yeah,
Okay.
that is like
Mhm.
the place to kind of showcase what like the working group is doing. Um,
Okay.
yeah, we would like to be more involved on social media, but being county funded, they're a little
I
tight
get
on who's
that.
allowed to do stuff.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you for explaining that.
yeah, and thanks.
Mhm.
I wish we could let you do that. But yeah, feel free to, of course, always post on your personal and stuff, if
Okay.
you want to.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
with
think we
that,
did skip over
going forward, what do we skip over?
3C, deliverables
Three
slash
C,
expectations.
deliverables, expectations for growers if they want to be paid for their time.
Yeah, because we had talked about having growers come out and we would pay them, but like we need to have deliverables. Like they can't just show
Show
up and then we
up,
pay
right,
them
and
50
drop
bucks.
stuff
Like
off.
we need if they need to have a table, they need to stay for an hour, they need to I don't know, we just need to kind of create like certain
And that's why we
parameters.
need to get the guidelines out to them, Joanne.
I'll get them out immediately.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so they'll know.
We could put that on the same document, like if you wanted to have grower guidelines and then expectations for like, I don't know what we would call this, like grower tabling. I don't know.
Expectations.
Okay,
You
let
can
me
say expectations for
okay, let me
growers.
see. Oops. Let me open our grower guidelines. Okay. To be paid for, I don't want to call it like an appearance, but to be paid for we'll call it meet the grower. The grower. Growers should, I would say, bring a table or like have tabling. I don't know. What do you guys think about what they should? like
They
have a table?
they should be there as a vendor,
Okay.
with supplies.
With on supply. Let me make this bigger. I can't see.
Can you make that a little?
Yeah, like I can't see it either.
That's a big.
Tablecloth.
Need the grower should. Okay.
And yeah.
Attend as a vendor.
And should they be willing to teach or
Like have an interactive element.
Yeah.
There we go.
some type of interactive element? Yes.
For the
Interactive-
duration of the what? The what the word
like the duration of the event.
the exactly for the duration of the event.
Yeah.
Present and vending for the duration of the event. Do we want to just set a flat fee? Like we'll pay you $100 to come for 2 hours. That's
100
kind
is
of
re- yeah,
50 an
100
hour is
is-
pretty solid.
yeah,
And I mean they have to prepare and stuff, of
Right,
course.
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's
$100.
decent.
Because this is outside of their invoicing for their produce.
Right.
Right. Okay.
hmm
And I will say we have 3 events left and there's 3 growers. So I don't think we should have more than 1 grower per event. Although I don't know. Do you think we
Yeah,
got more?
one grower for event.
Yeah,
and then
'cause we don't have enough money to
we
pay.
get to pick who they are.
Okay.
Or Joanne, you get to choose. Okay? Who that
Okay.
one will be for that particular month.
Okay. And what I would do is see who's available. So let's say Georgia sends her intern. Is that okay?
Good question. I feel like yes, for the sake, like if she is the like assistant farmer or whatever. I don't remember exactly her title, but she's pretty much the number 2. I would say that's okay.
Okay.
But that's I don't know if you guys think otherwise.
I
We can
think it's
always
okay
change
because, these people, they have interns and they have just as much knowledge as what's going on there,
it. And Eliza
and
is
see.
like not an intern. She's like a
Yeah.
Georgia's number 2 basically.
right,
Yeah. Yeah. So I
exactly.
was like, I don't know if I would say yes to sending an intern, but yes
But,
to
but
Eliza.
yeah, you have those too. Yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, substitutes
Okay.
can be
Yeah.
accepted.
And I would say also that it's kind of first come, first serve. Like they don't need to apply, but if they're the first one, but I do think, I don't know, if they don't, it's not required, but we do want to give an opportunity for them to do it. But like, I don't think if the same person is the first one all 3 times, that doesn't really seem fair. But like, if the other 2,
And that would be
They have-
Joanne's, that would be her basically
Yeah.
responsibility to make sure
Yeah,
that it's
so-
not.
yeah, so the other 2s have like the first right of refusal after.
I get it.
You okay?
Yeah,
I
I would
mean,
be
yeah.
fair.
So like,
I'm just going to reach out and say who can do July, August, and September.
Right.
Great.
Everybody
Yeah.
gets one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and if you
everyone
don't
gets
have
one.
one, someone else
Someone
can
can
fill
take
in,
it,
but we want to give everyone at
The
least one
opportunity,
chance.
right?
Okay,
exactly.
that's great. That's a good idea. So they have to come as an vendor with their own supplies, have an interactive element for attendees, be present and vending for the duration of the event, and the flat fee is $100 and only one grower permitted per event.
Yep, that's it.
Fee is $100 per
Yep.
event. Anything else? That sounds pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty
Those
good.
are good deliverables.
Yeah.
That fits in our budget. An extra $300 should be okay.
All right. Do you want to put my phone number and email address on the list on here? I mean, they should have it.
Yeah, but just to have it, yeah.
Any questions or contact information? Joanne, okay.
And it's my phone number is 513-203-5397. And my email is jcade513@yahoo.com.
Gotcha. Awesome. Okay, that looks good. And I think this is good to share.
Okay, cool.
And can I have a badge?
A badge?
Yeah, with
Like
your
a name
a
tag?
name tag like we
Yeah, name tag.
Yes, I
Okay,
can
yeah.
order you one.
Thank
I don't know if it'll get here before next week. Sometimes they're a little slow, but I can order you a name badge today.
Okay. Thank you.
I like
For
that,
sure.
Joanne.
Good
Can
idea.
I have a
Yeah. Get
badge?
you one of those.
Matter of fact, I was gonna bring mine today to put it
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I like that, so I forgot.
Yep. All right. So
Okay,
now
so that's
done.
good. We did that.
Um,
Deliverables, expectation for growers if they want to be paid for it. Okay, good. Okay, and then we said we picked a tentative date. Okay, and then we find a place. We already
Yeah, we're pretty good on those.
that. Okay, deliverables for the next meeting. Okay, is to make sure we get the event off the ground
Yeah.
for this month. That'll be
Yes.
our deliverables. It'll be basically the same as last month. Everyone do what they gotta do. I don't think I'll be there, Joanne, because of my eye surgery on the 21st. So you're not gonna have coolers, and then if you need my tent, let me know. But according to what me and Savannah was talking about, is that we can use her tent, Homegrown Hillsborough tent, and then
Just do two tables
Two
underneath
tables,
it
yeah,
in like
and then
an L shape.
Okay.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you need me to get anything else to you before the 21st, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we got all our information, flyers, and all that good stuff. We got plants. We got
We have the
I'll
pots.
get-
We have dirt.
you know what? We got seeds, and I'll bring you my seed. Well, yeah, I'll bring you my seeds, Joanne.
Your microgreen seeds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta
yeah.
bring you those. Okay.
I will say for deliverables for next meeting too, we should have the mini grant stuff should be like done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll need like a walkthrough of the stuff.
Okay.
Mini grant.
Okay, next meeting is August 11th.
Yes.
Okay.
Not mini grant.
And I had it on my calendar today. I was like, I want to be
Yeah.
on time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry I'm late, you
No,
guys.
don't be
okay.
sorry. We understand.
Paperwork.
You just answered a lot of our questions.
Yeah, that
We have
helps a
to-
lot. Yeah, so I'm
Good,
glad you made
good.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so next meeting we'll do a recap of the events and then kind of do the same planning, and then we'll have the mini grant description, paperwork, and application should be done.
Okay.
In a perfect world, it will be posted by then too, but we'll see.
Okay, and we got our next meeting, and then that's gonna be at the Jimmy Kill Library.
Yep. Got it
And then,
reserved.
what is this, the next,
HNS, Healthy Neighborhood Store.
Oh, healthy, oh,
Yeah.
okay, we already did that up
Yeah.
top, okay, so that, we don't need to deal
And
with
then we
that.
just, yeah.
August, and, okay, so we're, okay,
We
so
just need to
that
do our last
concludes-
meeting rating.
Yeah.
We gotta rate the meeting.
Oh, that's right, we gotta rate the
Just you
meeting.
and Eileen. How would you rate us on participation? 1 out of 5, considering we had 3 members here.
Yeah. Well, with us that was
And
here.
yeah, now there's 2 left.
There's only 2 left. Eileen, you go first.
Yeah, how would you
How would
rate
you
us,
rate it?
Eileen?
Participation, 5.
Okay, fine.
Even though we only had 3 people?
Yeah, I know, right? Okay.
Well, are we considering, I don't know what the rubric says about like someone, I'm just considering the people that were
Yeah, the
involved.
people that were
Us
here.
that was here, we can
Okay.
do, yeah, we can do 5. I'll do
All
5.
right. Did we accomplish what we set out to accomplish?
Yeah, we got a tentative date. We have our agenda for our mini grant. Yes, I think we have, and Eileen's gonna get, you're gonna send Eileen, I think we accomplished, what we set out. I give it a 5.
All right, Aileen.
Same.
All right, listening. Were we focused and mindful?
5.
5 as well.
All right, last one. Did we stick to our agenda and use our time wisely?
Oh, yes, 5.
All right, last one.
Yes, 5.
All right, thank
Okay,
you very
all
much.
right. All right, that will conclude our meeting. All righty.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah, Eileen, and keep us informed, okay,
Yes,
how
I
you
will.
doing?
Yes, any day now.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, guys, take
All
care.
right. See
All
you
right, have a
later.